Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, the sign is for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go amend direct.
Barrett here from Xplane Dedicated. Good morning to you all, and a glorious day here it is. I've had to sort out the lighting was really bad, but welcome to Xplane Dedicated. I got a number of things I want to talk about today in today's vlog, and the first one is about the 25,000 airports. Okay, the 25,000 airports add-on has caused a few problems for a few people, in so much as that they may load up somewhere and there'll be a fence across the runway or a fence across the taxiway, which is not very good. You know, you've got to be honest about this. It's not very good. So Einstein, he figured out that there was a couple of lines of code that was wrong within the library text file and adjusted those lines of code and then told everybody, well, told a few people what to do. It's a really simple edit. You can do it yourself, and if you look on Xplane Dedicated on Facebook, you can find that instruction on how to do that. Also, it's in the README file when you download the airport, you know, the 25,000 airport scenery package. I also believe that MH1212 has now uploaded a new version where that problem doesn't occur anymore, so you don't get those fences across runways, etc., etc. So that's that sorted out. I still think it's a very worthwhile package, and it's free, and it populates all the airports in Xplane. Somebody said, oh, they're not very good airports. Well, they are in comparison to nothing. They are very, very good. And also, someone said, oh, well, why don't we just use the gateway? Well, even using the gateway, it's going to take a heck of a long time for 25,000 airports to be built. And to be honest, some of the airports on the gateway are not really that good anyway. So, you know, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Personally, I would go for the 25,000 airports, and then just, you know, if I can find a custom built airport for where I want to go to, then I'll download that and put that in. You know, it's not a problem. The next update that I want to talk about, not an update, the next upload or download that I want to talk about is VHXX Kai Tak Airport. Kai Tak was an airport that was in Xplane, then it was taken out because Kai Tak no longer exists in the real world, but people got very upset and people started building Kai Tak. There are a number of different ones around, but there's a new one out there, and it's been produced by somebody called Slay or Sly. It's spelt Sierra Lima Alpha India, so however you want to pronounce that, then it's entirely up to you. He or she has spent an awful lot of time on this, creating what I consider to be a 5-star scenery. It's absolutely outstanding. You've got the checkerboard approach, you've got leading lights to the runway, there are numerous buildings that have been placed, you know, skyscrapers, etc., etc. It really is a stunning piece of software, and it's free. And, you know, as we know, in the Xplane community, if it's free, it's going to be good, because the freeware environment of Xplane is just exceptional. Just let me remind you, of course, 4th of October, up in the Midlands, we're going to have RAF Cosford Flight Simulator Show. This is the biggest flight sim show in the United Kingdom at this present time. If you're in the UK, you live in the UK, and you can get yourself to RAF Cosford, do so. It's a great event. It's a fantastic show. You've got Flight 1, PC Pilot, Just Flight, Sim Aviation, Simware, all the big names are there, and lots of other people as well who will be going there demonstrating, they will be exhibiting, and they'll just be there talking. I'm going to be there, Xplane Dedicated is going to be there, and as you can see, I've got the Polo shirt here with the logo on the breast here, with my name underneath. On the back, we've got the Xplane Dedicated logo, and also what arrived was this, a hoodie. Okay, hoodie with Xplane Dedicated on the breast with my name underneath, and on the back, of course, the Xplane Dedicated logo there. Can you see that? Cool. On the shoulder, we've got Twitch, because Twitch, of course, is our Is our stream channel, and it's the same on the Polo shirt as well. Now, you can't order these from me. I'm not selling them, okay? This is my own personal stuff, okay? But I've made an arrangement with the company in Cardiff, Cardiff Embroidery Company, and if you want to order, you can order direct from them. Don't forget, Xplane Dedicated is a not-for-profit organisation. I make no money from Xplane Dedicated. I do this for the community because I want to, okay? There are lots of streamers out there, YouTubers out there making money. I don't make money. Not 1 red cent, okay? If you see me at Cosford, come up and say hello. We'll have a cup of coffee together, a chat, whatever. Even if it's just to say hello, then cool. And I'll see you there at Cosford on the 4th of October. Okay, next product, SSG 747-8 Intercontinental. A huge aircraft, absolutely massive. It is so, well, it feels massive. It's long, it's big, it's a 747, it's got those huge engines on there. It's so vastly overpowered, it's unbelievable. But the SSG 747-8 Intercontinental is a brilliant aircraft. It really, really is good. By their own admission, they dumbed it down a little bit, so they made it easier to use. So not every switch works, and if you press one bus tie, all the other bus ties turn on. So you know they've simplified it a little bit. But when you come to the cockpit displays, they are beautiful. They are so well drawn. They've got so much data on there and information, exactly like a 747. I mean, I've been up to the Cardiff Aviation Level D 6 degrees of motion simulator. You know, these are full commercial simulators, and it's identical. You know, I walked into that simulator at Cardiff Aviation, and everything was where I knew it should be, and that's as a result of some incredible people out there in the simulation world who create cockpits with as much realism as possible. The SSG 747-8i is very much like that. It may not be the best texturing in the world, and they say, you know, it's not the best texturing in the world, but as a flight model, it's superb. As a cockpit, it looks brilliant because everything is there, and it works beautifully, and it handles beautifully, and it's got weight and mass to it. It's a brilliant aircraft. If you haven't got it, I'm going to tell you now, buy it. All right, get it now because it's a brilliant aircraft and you'll love it. Just recently, we had the Boeing Flight Factor, or should I say, the Flight Factor Boeing 777 updated by Flight Factor. Now, previously, there'd been a modification made to it by somebody called Pumper, and Pumper did a cockpit modification. It was absolutely brilliant. He retextured it. He added some knobs and switches in there that weren't in the original one, or were in the original one but were wrong, and he just created a new cockpit environment with new sounds as well. He spent 18 months making this. Very, very nice indeed. Flight Factor then got in touch with Pumper, and with his permission, they've updated his update. Okay, they've put back in some of the switches and knobs and doodads that they had in the original one, but they've used Pumper's texturing and sounds. Also, they've added HDR lighting and, most importantly, mouse wheel support. Mouse wheel support is something that many of us have wanted in the Xplane community. It started arriving on a couple of aircraft, and now some of the older aircraft are getting it. And so you can use your mouse wheel to control things like your altitude, radio frequencies, etc., etc. And, you know, those of you who remember mouse wheel support in FSX, then you'll be really, really happy. Those of you who've always been on Xplane, this is like the business. Okay, so that's the Flight Factor Boeing 777 update. Final thing, Mount Rushmore. This is a superb scenery. There's two places in the United States that I want to go to. I want to go to Mount Rushmore, and I want to go to the Devil's Tower in Wyoming. The Devil's Tower in Wyoming, of course, was used in that fantastic film, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I want to go and see that. It's also in the film Paul, by the way. If you've never seen Paul, get it. It's hilariously funny. I want to go there, and I want to go to Mount Rushmore. And Mount Rushmore, of course, is a mountain that was carved into the heads of four presidents, okay? Or should I say 4 presidents' heads were carved into the mountain. It's in South Dakota, and you've got Jefferson, Lincoln, Washington, and Roosevelt, their heads. This scenery add-on is absolutely really neat because it just adds that little bit extra, okay? Mount Rushmore is in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of South Dakota. It's gonna be hard to get there for anybody, but now you can get there in Xplane, and there's a heliport as well. So it's not just a mountain; there is a heliport there, so you can fly in a helicopter, go up to the mountain, have a fly around the mountain, and look at Mount Rushmore. And I think it's a brilliant piece of what can we call it? It's a brilliant add-on. It's a brilliant scenery add-on, but there's something else as well. There's that little bit of chutzpah, as we say. Absolutely superb. Anyway, that is the end of the vlog, I think. I can't think of anything else. I can't remember anything else. Don't forget, Xplane dedicated polo shirts and hoodies. You can get those from Cardiff Embroidery, etc. You look on the Facebook page, you'll see them on there, and I'll put a link in the description below, so you can also find it in there as well. That's it. It's Wycliffe Barrett, Xplane dedicated. Cheerio. Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here. Look, I made a mistake. Well, I didn't make a mistake. I left something out, so it's a big oops from me, and that's why we've got this addendum on the end of the vlog. What I forgot to say was about the polo shirts and the hoodies, okay? It's got my name underneath here, but if you order yours, you can have your name put underneath. Sorry. It was a simple mistake, and I forgot. In the excitement of creating a vlog for you guys, I forgot to mention that. So, when I put the details in the bottom, there's Cardiff Embroidery Company, you'll be able to order from them. The specification is that you'll get Xplane dedicated on logo there, you'll get it on the back, you'll get Twitch on the shoulder. Make sure I get the right shoulder. It's this, I can never remember. It's this one. Alright, because everything's reversed. So Twitch is on the shoulder, Xplane dedicated on the back, Xplane dedicated on the front, and then if you want your name underneath, then you can do that when you place your order. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. You all have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Cheerio. 1, 2, 3. No, we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3.